Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. You're being set up to be let down, but it's not by who you think. Let's talk about this today. We had a live stream earlier, pretty lively live stream. It was on my birthday, of course, and a couple of vloggers was on there. One was Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out, and he said that the Black Filipino TV had misled him. Well, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I said, well, really, he really has no reason to mislead you. What, for a few clicks and views? It's a whole lot different than you coming over here losing your whole life savings or even your life. And it got me to thinking, who's really setting us up? Who's really misleading us over here down that path of destruction? Well, I got my answer. That's why I got this piece of paper right here, because I'm going to quote this young lady. This is a popular vlogger, Chang, of Richie Rich and Chang, shout out. She said something so profound that I got to share it with y'all, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents, basically. But she said this, we were talking about this subject. She said, "Hi, Cal, Chang here. I'll keep it real, Cal. A lot of Filipinos are in survival mode. When good opportunities are limited, some people end up chasing fast money or making bad choices just to survive. That doesn't excuse scamming, but I also think that it's important to understand the poverty and desperation behind some of these situations." And I said, wow, this is 98% of the relationships on the dating sites in a nutshell. See, it's refreshing when you hear Filipinos talk like this. Then why don't you hear more Filipinos talking about it? Because they don't. They don't have your best interest in mind. The Filipino vloggers and the Filipinos on the dating site are the same people. Why would they have your best interest in mind? They would be shooting themselves in the foot. There's a sisterhood here. And it's tight. Even though they don't know each other, they're always going to look after her before they look after you. So even though they can say stuff like this, they never will. So when you cut on YouTube, you're going to see videos like, would you date a 65-year-old foreigner? Or Filipinos love baby juice. I'm not knocking these vloggers, because I know how hard it is to come up with content and be a YouTuber. But I want you to see something, guys. All these videos right here are drawing you into the net so you can lose your life savings and end up getting scammed over here. They're not helping you at all. They're not giving you any helpful information. They're actually feeding that loneliness and desperation that drives many of us over here. I'm just going to give it to you like it is. So when Chang says something like this, it resonates. See, I can't say it. I couldn't get away with it. They would deport me. It's not my place to say something like this anyway. She says, but I also think that it's important to understand the poverty and desperation behind some of these situations. What situations? Yeah, the 60-year-old and the 20-year-old, the 22-year-old and the 55-year-old. So what videos do they make then? Why won't they just tell you the truth right here? No, they're looking after themselves and other Filipinos. You're being set up for a letdown. So they extol the virtues of Filipino women. How beautiful they are. How different they are from other women. How special they are. How you should be happy to have one. What they like, what they don't like. Who they prefer. and on and on and on, drawing you in, leading you down that path to destruction, not telling you really what it's all about. It's all about poverty and desperation. It's a lot nittier and a lot grittier over here than I could even talk about, guys. It's not my place to do it. But when Chang said that, I said, let me talk about this just a little bit. Because when women say stuff like that, either way, either what Chang said or extolling the virtues of Filipino women, it's much more powerful than when a man says it. Because we say the same thing too. Oh, they're cooperative. They're traditional and all that. But it doesn't carry the same weight when a woman says it, when an actual Filipina says it. But they stay at the surface, guys. They don't go deep like Chang went down deep. There's got to be a reason, okay, that a 60-year-old, that a 20-year-old woman would be attracted to a 60-year-old man. But we don't want to look at that. So we'll say stuff like, she really does love me. It's not about the money. We're setting ourselves up now. It's a recipe for disaster. This isn't anything new. But we need to talk about this stuff over and over. We need to drive it home, guys, that there's something going on over here other than love. Because the majority of Filipinos that we deal with, they'll always throw the Filipino man under the bus. They're going to tell you that's the reason why they want to date a foreigner. They're not going to tell you what Chang says. Because that's the number one reason. This is why she's on the dating site. Lady, you've only been with one Filipino man. How can you say that all Filipino men are players? And they, machismo and, the things that you hear your Filipino say about Filipino men, because you didn't ask her. Well, why you want to date me? She's not going to come out and say what Marilyn came out and said to me. It's the reason I'm with her now. I've been with Filipinos before. But every Filipino I've been with before, when I asked them the question, well, why you want to be with a foreigner? They always say, oh, I'm tired of Filipino men. Oh, really? And you've only dealt with one. Marilyn said, no, I need some help. I'm tired of struggling out here. I want somebody to help me raise my kids. I want a better life. She didn't go on and on with that bullshit. I don't know if she knew that I knew or she was just being honest. But that's what she said. So if you got a woman that's saying that to you, hey, you might be onto something. But if they saying that same old bullshit about they tired of Filipino men, you got to ask them, well, damn it, how many men have you had? How many Filipino men have you had, lady? That you can throw them all under the bus. When I live here, I see the Filipino men are hard working. They take good care of their women the best that they can. They love them. They care for them. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. You're being set up, man. The reason I bring it up is because we throw all our money, we throw all the support behind these Filipino vloggers because they're women. When they say that stuff, the good stuff about each other, it carries depth, it carries weight. You believe it. We put a lot of emphasis, a lot of trust in the Filipino women over here. But I'm telling you, the vloggers and the women on the dating sites are in cahoots. They're the same people. And they're going to put the interest of the woman ahead of yours. Why in the world, ask yourself, why in the world would she have your best interest in mind? She'd be shooting herself in the damn foot. So she's going to sit there and extol all the virtues of Filipino women and how lucky you are to have a Filipino woman. Drawing you into that damn net. Next thing you know, you done lost your damn life savings. Or dead. Or in jail. There's something a whole lot deeper going on, guys, and I think y'all know it. Maybe we're in denial. Than love. Give me a break. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. I don't care if I stepped on anybody's toes. It's better to have your toes stepped on than to lose your damn life savings. And that goes for the women too. I told y'all a long time ago, be careful, man. Sisterhood over is powerful. And it follows them wherever they go. Because they're just as much a stranger to her as she is to you. But she's always going to put the woman first. She's always going to look after her first. You don't believe me? It's my buddy Jim. Passed away. Rest in peace, Jim. He was messing with a woman in Davao and a woman in Bacolod. The woman in Bacolod found out. Guess what? The woman in Bacolod and the woman in Davao become the best of friends. They're consoling each other about what Jim done did. This is what we're dealing with over here. But y'all don't want to hear it. They're feeding our loneliness and our desperation. It's what drives us over here to begin with. And we're eating it up, guys. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find in your heart to help somebody. Now the day goes by, I don't help somebody. It's my birthday today. So, of course, I'm giving out not 10,000 now. I said 10,000 pesos worth of free gasoline. 15,000 today worth of free gasoline. Plus, the first 5 people that see me today with my yellow shirt on and say, happy birthday, Sunshine Shoulders, I'm giving them 500 pesos, cold hard cash. And if your birthday is today, May the 28th, and you got ID you can show me, we'll give you 1,000 pesos. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get set up for a letdown. We're putting too much emphasis on women over here, bypassing all the other great things about the Philippines. Get to know the country, the culture, the people. We give a lot of these women a pass. Chang hit it on the nose. She said, but I also think it's important to understand the poverty and desperation behind some of these situations. It's the reason why that woman's laying next to you right now. Not love. It's not because Filipino men aren't any good. It's because of her poverty and her desperation. I'm glad Chang said it. It's refreshing to hear the truth coming from a woman over here instead of the bullshit that we get. One last thing before I get off here. The Filipino vloggers and the Filipinos on the dating site are in cahoots. They're the same damn women. They're never gonna have your best interest in mind. They're always gonna put the woman above you. It's a sisterhood. Some people call it a support group. So while you sitting there eating up those Filipinos love baby juice videos, oh, will you date a 65-year-old foreigner? They're only feeding your loneliness and desperation that drove you over here to begin with.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers, a tribute through music. If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others,